So I generally, during these workshops, especially during Zoom in the summer, maybe 2 or 3 people show up. And then afterwards, there's another half dozen people that watch the recording because they're not getting out of work on time or because they're working on Zoom or whatever. So I generally try to accommodate whoever is here and to work with you on specific pronunciation issues that you want, that are important to you. So you tell me what you want to work on, and then I will help you with that.
Oh, yeah. First pronunciation, yeah. Actually, yeah, in South Korea, there is no difference between R and L. And
in Korea, in Japan, in China, yeah.
Yes.
But you speak very well.
No.
I hear you. I'm looking for a pen. Hold on one second. Where are my pens? I wonder what I did with them. They're in my purse, probably. Okay, let's see. This one probably works. So there's no difference between R and L.
And F and P.
And what?
F and P.
That's easy. Yeah. But you say them so well already.
Yeah, but whenever I speak some sentence with F or P, yes.
Give me an example.
Always wrong.
Give me an example. Please fix the door.
Yeah, please fix the door.
There you have P, L, and F.
P, L. F.
Please fix the door.
Please fix the door.
That's perfect.
Oh, really?
Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Please fix the door. Now, L and R are really different because what you do with your mouth is very different. To teach L, for example, I have a nephew. He's 8 years old, and he has a speech pronunciation problem. So he's getting speech therapy where he lives in Virginia. But he always wants to work with me on Zoom, too, because I give him fun ways to work on his speech. For example, he can't say L. In English, the letter L is very hard. L and R are 2 letters. They're almost the last thing that children learn in English. F and TH also. These are hard sounds in English. So what I told him to do, to practice, is get a little bit of peanut butter or jelly. He, for example, when he says I like, he says I yike. I yike it very much. I yike it. He has trouble saying the letter L. I guess maybe he's part Asian. I don't know. Because he doesn't hear the difference. So what I have him do is I have him get a little bit of peanut butter or jelly and put it behind his front teeth, and then take his tongue and try to remove the peanut butter or jelly like this. That's L.
L. Okay. Oh.
Like, look, leave,
let.
Perfect. So that's what you have to do with your tongue. When you say L, Jonathan.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Mary. Hi, John.
Hi, Jonathan.
How you doing?
So we're working on L. We're working on sounds that Asians have trouble with. So that's okay. We can work on any sounds that you all have trouble with. I have to write down your names because I have to give attendance. Jojo. Barn is your last name, huh?
Yes.
Jonathan Souza, we know you. Okay. Okay, so that's what you do with your tongue. If you ever just want to practice L, just put some peanut butter or jelly behind your teeth and try to get it off with your tongue. That's where your tongue has to be. My nephew, he learned when he was 2 years old. Somehow he started saying, I yike you very much. And everybody thought it was cute. And when he was 2 years old, it was cute. But now he's in school and other children listen to him and they tease him. They say, yike, I yike you, I yike you. It's not cute anymore. Now it's a problem. Now he has formed such a strong habit of saying, I yike you. Or he'll say, you'll get that. You'll get that. And it's not cute. It's a problem because the other kids make fun of him now. So now we're working on those letters. And that's an easy letter to teach because you can teach people where to place their tongues by telling them to put peanut butter or jelly there and remove it with your tongue, and that will get a perfect L. R is harder.
Yeah.
But you're already doing a good R. You're doing the R in the back of your throat. Let me hear you again.
R.
Say run.
R.
Run.
Right.
The word run. I was running very fast.
I was running very fast.
Yeah, you're doing that perfectly. I was running very fast. Say very.
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 With the R in the middle of the very. That's tricky to say. Very fast. Very.
I was very fast.
Yes. I was running very fast.
I was running very fast.
Perfect. Very, very, very. I love you very. Look at Jonata. Look at that face. Say, Jonata, I love you very, very, very much.
Thank you.
He's so handsome. Look at him. Okay, so I love you very, very much. Go ahead, Yu-Chung.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
I love you very, very much.
Okay, now you're saying very, very much.
Very, very much.
Yeah, you're saying the letter B.
Very, very much.
That's right. With the letter B,
Yes.
your lips come together as they do with a P. B, b.
B.
But with the letter V, your teeth touch your lip like v, v, v.
Very, very much.
Perfect. Perfect. Say it again. I love you very, very much.
I love you very, very much.
Jonata, how was that?
Very.
Looks good, yeah. Looks good for me.
Do it again. Jonata's going to comment now. I want you to watch each other. Go ahead, Yu-Jung. Try again. I love you very, very much.
I love you very, very much.
She did it. Beautiful.
That's really good, yeah. Really good.
Yeah, beautiful. The last time you said berry, berry. So that's a sound that you.
Yeah, I heard berry also. I heard it.
Yeah, berry, berry. You actually, if you turn your sound off, actually, Jonata, can you please? Oh no, you can't. Yo-Jung, can you please mute your sound?
Okay.
And when I tell you to, say the sentence, I love you very, very much. We will not be able to hear it, but I'm going to ask Jonata to tell me what he saw, not what he heard, but what he saw when you said the sentence. So say the sentence, I love you very, very much. Go.
Me?
Yes. Oh, you have to mute your sound so we don't hear you. There you go. Go. Say the sentence. Nice. Unmute. What did she do, Jonata?
Yeah, the first time that she said, the sentence, it was interesting because I could read the first ones as like a B, very,
That's right.
And then the second one, very, very. And the second time.
Exactly right. She corrected herself. She heard herself.
Yeah, the second time.
Yep.
The second time was okay. The second time was like very, very. Yeah, that's what I saw, on the screen.
Beautiful. So you can actually see, you don't even have to hear the person. You can see the lip movement is so clear. You can see when somebody is saying, watch, I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to say the sentence twice. First, I'm going to say it, I love you very, very much. And the second time, I'm going to say, I love you very, very much. Now watch, I'll get close to my screen and I'm going to mute myself and just watch my lips. I was sneaky. I reversed the order. What did I do? What did I say?
The first sentence is very, very.
That's right. You got it. And the second one was?
B. Blackberry.
Like a berry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say clearly.
Yeah, this is hard. Now, there are some sodas out there that you can buy, various kinds of sodas that are flavored with fruits. One of the sodas that I have bought is called Very Berry because it is flavored with blueberry. It's a blueberry drink and it's called Very Berry. So say, I drink Very Berry soda.
My turn?
Yep.
Yeah, with mute or?
Oh, no, unmute. We want to hear you now.
Okay.
Jonathan?
I drink Berry Berry soda. Berry Berry soda.
I drink Very Berry soda.
Very Berry soda.
Uh-huh.
Ah, okay, understand. Okay.
I drink Very Berry. How does it taste? Oh, it tastes very berry.
Aha, okay.
It tastes very berry.
I drink Berry Berry soda.
Right, perfect. Beautiful. Okay, Jonate, your turn. Any special issues for you that you want to work on?
Okay, so no, I have many stuff, you know. Let me remember something here.
You speak Portuguese, right?
Yeah, I speak Portuguese.
Brazilian
Exactly.
Portuguese, right?
The Brazilian Portuguese, yeah, exactly. Let me think here. Oh, those, I struggle a lot with those, like the TH sound, you know, like throw out, and like ordinary numbers, you know. I always get confused with ordinary numbers, you know.
Give me an example.
27th, you know.
27.
27, yeah. 27th, 28th, and
Oh, are you talking about the order numbers where you say, I was the 27th person?
yeah, exactly. Or ordinary numbers, yeah.
Can you say the TH sound easily enough?
Yeah, no, not easily enough, you know. So I just trying to, I try to put like an F in the end, you know.
Yeah,
27F. I put an F because
many people do that. It's a hard sound. Many
Yeah.
British people do that. If you watch a British person
Yeah.
talk, very often you will see them say, happy birthday or thank you. They can't
Yeah.
pronounce TH. It's a hard sound. So can you say thank you or do you say thank you?
I say thank you.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I say thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
yeah.
So when you're saying the ordinal numbers and you say 25th, you're saying FTH. That is very hard to say in English. Many Americans simply don't pronounce the TH. They say 25th, 25th. That's not correct, but it is widely used. 25th and 26th. Hard to say. 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. That's what you have trouble with, right?
Yeah.
Join the crowd. So do Native American speakers. They have trouble with it.
Even if they're like the 8 and 80, it's always a little bit confusing for me, you know. I always ask to confirm, you know, if I'm talking about 80 or just 8, you know.
Oh, that's easy because there's two. When you say the 8th time, you say to your little children, this is the 8th time I've told you to go to your room. 8th.
Yeah.
It's one syllable. 8th.
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 And then 8th.
8th.
Yeah, it's hard. Instead of saying the T at the end of the word, normally you would say the number 8 with a T, right?
Okay.
So instead of saying the T, let go of the T and say 8th.
Eighth.
Say it again.
Eighth.
Yes, you got it. That's it. That's how you pronounce that word. Eighth.
Eighth.
We don't say, when we speak quickly in English, I think you were here for some of my earlier lessons. I told you we often just skip sounds. We don't say every sound, particularly if they're hard to pronounce. We say eighth. Another example, in the month February, many Americans cannot pronounce the first R, February, because the first R and the second R are so close together, they just skip the first R and they say February. That's not right, but that's what they do. They say January, February, March. It should be January, February, March. But that's hard to say, so they skip the first R, they just drop it. And we do the same thing routinely at the end of the ordinal numbers. We don't say eight. We just skip the first T and say eighth, the eighth time.
Eighth, the eighth time.
You got it. That's it, the eighth time. Spell it. I'm going to put something in the chat box. Spell it like this. Spell it like that, the word that I just put in the chat box. Can you see it?
A-A-I-T-H.
Yeah, pronounce that.
Eighth.
Yes, you got it. Perfect. It is his 8th birthday. Try it, Jonathan. It is his 8th birthday.
It is his 8th birthday.
Yes, 8th. You don't bring your lips together for 8th at all. Just 8th. A-th, 8th, 8th.
8th.
That's it. The words that have a consonant at the end, like ninth, that's a little bit harder. Not much harder, but ninth. There we do say both ends. Ninth.
Ninth. Ninth.
Good. And 10th?
10th.
Yep, you got it. 8th, 9th, 10th. The hardest one.
9th, 9th,
9th, and 10th. You put your tongue between your teeth when you end those words. The hardest one to say for most people is 6th, because you have that X sound and then an S sound and then a TH sound. That is hard. 6th.
6th.
Yep, 6th. Anybody will understand you with anything you're saying right now, because Americans have a certain variation in how they pronounce those words, because they are difficult words to say in English, even for native speakers. Remember, American English is a mixture of a lot of different languages, and one of those languages is German. That's a main language for roots of English, and you find a lot of consonant clusters in German that make the words hard to pronounce, and those are maintained in English. So American speakers who have native American speakers have trouble with this pronunciation, so they often just skip certain letters in order to pronounce things more easily. So don't feel bad if this doesn't come easy to you, because it doesn't come easy to Americans either. And look at my nephew. My nephew has to go to speech therapy because he can't say the letter L or the letter R, and he's 8 years old already. So
my son is saying Waller.
He's saying
and
what?
He's gonna say water.
Water.
Say Waller. Waller.
Oh, he's saying it with an L?
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying with the L. Yeah.
Is he home?
Sorry?
Is he home right now?
No, he's his mother.
Oh, I wanted to see him. But he says Waller with an L. How old is he?
He is 4 and he's gonna turn 5 in January.
Oh, okay. That's okay. He'll grow out of that. But does he know the word waddle? Do you know the word waddle? Have you ever heard the word waddle? This word, I'm going to put it in the chat box.
Yeah.
Waddle.
Waddle. No, what that means?
That's the way a duck walks. A duck waddles like this.
Or,
When a duck moves, we call that waddling. That kind of.
Oh, okay, understood. The way the way the duck walks.
That's right. It's the way a duck walks. The duck waddles.
Waddles.
Ask your son if he can say that word.
I'm gonna ask. Okay.
Duck waddles. Because if he can say that word,
Waddle.
then you can take off the last two letters and you can teach him to say water.
Waddle. Ah, understood.
You see, it's a trick.
Thank you.
It's a trick.
Thank you.
Ask
Thank
him
you
if
for
he
that.
can say waddle.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Oh, no problem. I just had a session with my 8-year-old nephew. He's having so many speech problems. English is hard, even for native speakers. You guys do so well. It's really shocking how well you do. Okay, what other sounds? I'll practice anything you like.
oh, I have one problem with W.
Okay.
Yeah, for example, yeah, WOOD. I cannot pronounce this wood.
Okay, you just did pronounce it. You're doing it right. If you do it very slowly and you practice it slowly, eventually you will speed up. But I teach people to do exactly what you're doing, which is say, wood.
Wood.
Yes, that's it. Wood.
Wood.
Yes,
Wood.
you got it. That's perfect.
Wood. Oh, okay. Wood.
You
Wood.
see, you see how you produce the sound? You're doing the right things with your mouth. You just blend them together. Ooh, and then ud. Wood.
Wood.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. It becomes so easy when you see that. How about this one? Can you pronounce this one easily? I put it in the chat box.
Will.
Yes, ill.
Will. Oh. Wow.
The light goes on. Will. How about this one?
Will. Will.
Wait a second, I'm typing it in.
Weather.
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 Yes, you got it.
Weather.
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 Okay.
Weather.
Jonata. Yeah, you got it that time, Jonata. Get that TH in the middle.
Weather.
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 Not weather. Because
Weather.
weather, if you say weather, the problem with English is with many words, you can get away with cheating on the letters because no one will mistake you for saying another word. With weather, though, if you skip that TH in the middle, I'm going to type in the chat box what it will sound like. It will sound like weather.
Weather.
Yeah, like wetter, like I got caught in the rain and my clothing is wetter than yours is.
Uh-huh.
It's wetter than yours is. I got caught in bad weather and my clothing is wetter than it was before. You see the difference in the sound? I got caught in bad weather and now my clothes are wetter than they were before. And we could say wetter, like the British do.
Wetter.
My clothing is wetter than it was before. But in the United States, we tend to pronounce this double T as a double D, wetter. My clothes are wetter than yours are. Or I do it better than you do. We don't say better like the British, we say better. We pronounce it like a double D, wetter, better. So that's why with this word in the chat box, weather, you really have to pronounce that TH or people will think you're saying wetter. Now, of course, if you're talking in the context of water and rain, everybody will guess what you mean. If you say, I got caught in the rain and my clothes are wetter, or look at this terrible rainy weather, everybody will understand what you mean. But people will hear, he's not pronouncing that correctly. The context, in English, the context often gives the meaning. And we depend heavily on context for meaning in English. So you often get away with saying things that aren't perfect because the context makes clear what you're trying to say. Okay, Yojun, try to say, will the weather be wonderful?
Sorry, I will write down. Will the
weather be wonderful or wet? There's all your W sounds.
Okay. Will the weather be wonderful or wet?
Perfect. You got them all. You got them all. You're pronouncing them perfectly. Okay, Jonata, how about you?
Okay.
Any other?
Like this one, root. This one, root.
Could you type it in the chat box? I'm not sure what you're saying.
First thing, root.
Are you saying roof?
Root.
I don't see it.
Roof.
There we go. Root. Yeah. Root or Ruth. Well, Ruth, this one is not a word, Ruth. It is a girl's name, but if it's a girl's name, you spell it like this. Ruth. Ruth is a girl's name. So.
Oh, sorry. Pardon, I made a mistake. Ruth.
You meant to say roof, I bet. Yeah. Ruth. R-O. Well, this is.
Sorry.
I don't think it is.
Ruth.
Yeah, all pronounced the same way. This actually is a verb. Most people in English don't know this word. It's pronounced route. And
route.
To route it out. To route it out means to like dig something out. You route out a cavity of some sort. Most people in English, that's an unfamiliar word. Most people will not use that word, but you can. And a lot of people pronounce this word route. You can pronounce it either route or route. It doesn't matter. Both are correct. So you might say, for example, I have to go to my friend's house, but I don't know the route. Meaning you don't know the way to get there. You don't know the road to get there. Or you can say, I have to go to my friend's house, but I don't know the route. Either one is correct. With this one.
Route or route, okay. We use route in the manufacturing process to talk about process flow,
Yes.
The way we are going to manufacture something, then we call route.
That's right. That's right.
I used to say route, but I think I said it in the wrong way. It's
but
route.
you can say route. That's perfectly
I could say route.
You can say either one. I say route because that's the way I was raised, but many people are raised saying route, especially in the Midwest. I find when I'm in the Midwest and I ask directions, people will tell me, oh, you don't want to go by that route. It's very, the roads aren't paved right. Take another route. That's the way they do it in the Midwest. But you can use either word in the East Coast, route or route, either one. And you can use them in your business too.
But the route basically is going to sound the same, route or route.
They sound exactly the same. This word, route,
they sound exactly the same.
This word, route, are pronounced exactly the same way, which may be why some people like to use the word route for this pronunciation, because it makes it different from this word. But the fact is, they're both pronounced exactly the same way.
Understood. Here.
Anything else? Anything else you have that you'd like to practice? Jonathan, are you there?
Yes.
Any other sounds you'd like to practice that are hard for you?
Let me think.
Can you say the word faith? I'll type it.
No, this is a good word, yeah. Faith.
Or even worse. Wait. Try that one.
Faithful.
Faithful. Now, this word faithful is different from this word. Faithful.
Well, what means faithful?
Okay, so the first word means you're very loyal. You're very faithful. My dog is very faithful. The second word means, typically, it means something that has led to a bad consequence. Like he made a very fateful error. He was driving in the dark. He didn't realize he was next to a huge cliff, and he turned left and his car went off the cliff. That was a fateful error. That means the error he made led to a very bad outcome. He was killed. It was a fateful mistake. It led to a bad fate. And typically, when you say fateful, you're talking about a bad outcome, not a good outcome. Even though fate could be, you could have a good fate or a bad fate, but typically you're talking about a bad fate here. He made a fateful mistake. He turned left when he should have turned right, and his car went right off the cliff, right off the road, and he was killed. That was a fateful error. And his faithful wife was very upset when she found out about his fateful error. Faithful and fateful.
Faithful, faithful, faithful.
Yep. Faithful,
Faithful.
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 Yeah.
Faithful.
Faithful. This is a
Faithful.
hard word. Faithful. It's got that in the middle and the F at the front. And Yujung, this should be really awful for you because it starts with an F, then it has a TH sound, then it has an L sound.
Yes.
So try faithful.
Faithful.
You got it. Faithful. Good.
Faithful.
Faithful. Excellent.
Faithful.
Nope, that's this one down here. Faithful.
Faithful. Faithful.
This one is faithful, and this one is fateful.
Okay.
And you typically hear this in front of a noun that means a mistake, like a fateful error or a fateful outcome, something like that. Fateful and faithful. Honestly, I don't know how anybody learns English. We have so many strange pronunciation conventions. What else? Give me some more problems. I love problems.
I have a lot.
I don't think so.
Oh, I had one problem, with first and fourth.
You said them perfectly, first and fourth.
Yeah, but it's the funny thing, when I was,
Do me a favor, take your hand away so I can
okay,
watch.
when I was at elevator, someone asked me, I asked someone to push the first floor, but he pushed fourth.
Ah.
Yes.
You said first and fourth perfectly just now. Was he an American speaker?
Yes.
Okay, so you have to say first, and you can cheat. You can cheat. You can get on the elevator and say, will you please push one?
One, okay.
Will you please push four?
Okay.
So cheat if you need to.
First.
One thing to do, my nephew has the same problem that you were indicating there, which when he says first, he says forced.
Oh.
He says that vowel sound in the back of his throat. See my lips when I do I can't say or the same way. Requires my lips to be forward. First. Push your lips forward. More. No. Watch. There you go. Watch your lips in your video when you move, and see if you can make them look as far forward as mine look. Watch my lips. If I say or there you go. That's it. First. Yes. First. And bring the sound forward in your mouth. You're saying first in the back of your mouth.
First.
Bring it for first.
First.
Say Good. First. Yeah, there you go. You got it. It's a forward sound. It's very forward. It's not from the back of your mouth. First. Her book.
Her book.
Yes, her book.
Her. Oh, okay, yes. First, her.
That's right. It's the same sound as her. her book, fur book, first floor.
Her book. Yeah, her book. First. Her first.
Right,
Her first. Okay.
first, yep. What else? Mr. D'Souza. You said
So
you had
let's
a lot of problems, but you're very quiet.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about what I should practice, but my problems keep changing. I start to practice something, then I become good on that, and then I forgot all the words. Then
You know what? A good thing to do is
time by time.
one thing. Pick one thing every week to practice, and don't worry about the other sounds. Let your other sounds go. Just pick one thing all week long. Focus on that one thing. By the end of the week, you will be good at that sound, and then you can pick another sound to practice.
This one, sometimes I got confused also, but this one I'm gonna type here. Fun and fan.
Any other sounds you want to work on? Maybe I'll know some tricks for you.
I just type on the chat,
Okay, fan and fun. Okay. Fan,
Fan,
and fun.
fan, fun,
Yes, you got it. Perfect. Fan,
fan,
fun.
fun, fun,
Fun,
fun,
Watch my mouth. Fan,
fan,
fun. Where am I opening my
fun.
mouth more? Watch my mouth. Fan, fun.
Fan,
Fan,
fun,
fun.
fan, fun,
Yeah, drop your jaw more for fun. Try it.
fan, fun.
Yes, now you got it. Fan, fun.
Oh, could you please pronounce it to P-F-E-N?
P-F-E-N?
Just the F-E-N. I'm always confused between A and E.
Of course, they're hard sounds. Well, fen is not a word, so let's pick one that is a word. Let's do this. I'm going to type 5 words here. Well, I'll type 4 words here. Whoops. This should be pan. Pin, pen, pan, and the last one should be pun. I just typed it wrong. So pin, pen, pan, pun.
Pin, pan, pan, pun.
Yes. And you've got it. If you see the recording, if you go to recording of this session, watch what your mouth is doing. You just did it perfectly. I could hear the distinct vowel in each of those. Pin, pen, pan, and pun. And if you watch, your mouth muscles will move differently for each of those sounds. Pin, pen, pan, and pun. Now that said, please notice that in English, speakers very often misunderstand each other, very often. And they will say, what did you just say? I have to buy a pin? No, I have to buy a pen for my dog. Oh, I thought you said a pin. You'll hear that a lot in English. People will ask for corrections from each other because in our country, we have different vowel sounds from different areas of the country. So for example, in the South, you won't hear a distinction between these 2 words. It's very hard. They will say, I bought a pen and I'm writing good with it. I bought a pen. The Southern accent is like a drawl and they don't pronounce it pen, they pronounce it pen. I got a new pen for Christmas, a new pen. Very hard to hear the difference. And that's the difference between South and North. So if you want to be very careful in your pronunciation, stick to the Northern pronunciation because we make a distinction between pin, pen, pan, and pun. Now in California, don't worry about those words, but in California, they pronounce this word on the East Coast is pronounced awful. 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 It was awful, right? In California, they do not distinguish between this sound and the word OFF, off. So they say awful, awful,
Oh.
awful. I'm just telling you these things to make you feel better about your confusion with pronunciation, because in the United States, there are regional accents all over the place, and people have to ask each other. They say, what did you just say? And this word awful can be confused with this word awful, which I believe, if I remember correctly, that has something to do with animal parts that some people use to eat. Awful. I don't know if I'm remembering that right. Let me just see. Definition of awful. Let me look for you. Define.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's part of
Animal parts. Yeah, internal organs of an animal.
internal
So
organ.
in California, you won't hear a difference between this word here, I'm looking in the chat box, between this word here, awful, and this word here, awful. They pronounce them both awful. So in California, you have to ask them, what did you just say? Did you just say it was awful? That what we had for dinner was awful? That could mean what we had for dinner was terrible, or it could mean what we had for dinner was animal parts. And they pronounce them the same way. And that is the source. If you watch comedians in English, a lot of times comedians will make jokes using these pronunciation mistakes that people make because they're funny. Somebody says we had awful for dinner. You say, wait a minute, I thought you were a vegetarian. What we had for dinner was awful. But you said you were a vegetarian. I am a vegetarian, but what I had for dinner was awful. What do you mean it was awful? You don't eat meat. No, I didn't eat meat. They were just terrible vegetables. They were awful. That's the way they pronounce them. So don't feel bad. Your pronunciation is really good. Okay, what else? I have to stop at 10 of 7 today. So we have some more minutes. Let's use them. Give me more. Anybody?
I'm just thinking.
This is your time. This is your time. Anything you like. Jonathan, anything you like.
Oh, this one. Lose and lose.
Can you write it down for me in the chat box? Oh, loose and lose. Yeah, okay. That's a common issue. One of them sounds like an S and the other one sounds like a Z. So we call those unvoiced consonants and voiced consonants, which means the first one, loose. Can you see my cursor moving here or do you not see it? Can you see it?
No.
Can you see my cursor moving in the chat box?
No.
Yes? No?
No.
You cannot see it. Okay. So the first one is loose. And there's no voice. Loose.
Loose.
No voice on that last consonant. It's just loose. The second word.
Loose.
That's right. That's the first
Loose
word.
is for like when I'm losing something. Loose.
No, no. Loose means that something is not tight.
Not tight. It's loose.
I lost weight, so my belt was very loose.
Something is not tight, it's loose. Okay.
If something is
Okay,
not tight,
if I drop it something, I cannot say loose. I lose like a pen. I lose a pen. No.
no, you lose.
No, I can say.
You lose. If you can't find your pen, you lose your pen. And this word, the second word, is pronounced like this. Watch what I'm typing. The second word is pronounced like lose.
Lose.
Lose with a Z. Do you know this word in English? It's slang for an alcoholic drink. Do you know that word? Booze. Booze.
Lose.
So you're going to a party. You're going to a party and you say, wait a minute, is there going to be booze there? That means, is there going to be alcohol there? So you're worried about driving home. You want to make sure that you're sober. So somebody says, come to our party. It goes from 6 to 12. And you say, I don't know, is there going to be booze there? That means, are you going to serve alcohol? That's what that word is, booze. And you have to use your voice to say the Z, booze. Jonathan, how do you pronounce your last name in Portuguese?
Souza.
Souza. Okay,
Souza.
so what if I said, and how do you pronounce your first name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Jonathan Souza. So what you're doing with the consonant in your last name, the same thing you need to do with the word booze. Souza. It's the difference between, watch.
Booze.
It's the difference between this sound and that sound. What's the difference between the two words that I just typed?
Souza. Sosa.
Exactly. The same thing with loose and lose.
Lose.
Yes. With the word lose, L-O-S-E, you do the same thing as you do with your name, S-O-U-Z-E. So sometimes in English, S-E is pronounced like Z-E, lose.
But Mary, why the sound changed from Z to S just because I had a one O, because I just doubled O.
I have no idea. That's just the way English works. There's no, if you type, for example, it's not just because you add two S's, because I can do it with a single S. I can force you to say this word, rose.
Rose.
That's a Z sound too, right? And it's only a single S, whereas booze is O-O-Z-E, and it's just pronounced ooze, pronounced like a Z. Look at this, F-A-Z-E and F-A-C-E. One is pronounced phase, and one is pronounced face, without the voice. So phase, like your last name, is a verb, and usually it means bother, like, oh, that doesn't faze me, that doesn't bother me, that doesn't faze me. The second one is face, like your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your face. What about this? What about those two words?
Rise.
Yes, rise. Rice and rise. Rice and rise. Are you able to say them both? Rice and rise.
Rise.
Yes. Just remember, these words that have the Z sound in, you do the same thing as you do for your own last name. Souza. Souza. You don't say Sousa. You say Souza. Right? So that's what you want to do with these sounds.
This is gonna happen with all words that I have double O, like the goose.
No, because look at where do we have it? Loose. Here, the double L, L-O-O-S-E. Look, L-O-O-S-E is loose, but B-O-O-Z-E is booze. So
Yeah, but the animal, in the case of the animal, I'm gonna pronounce goose or goose.
goose,
Goose.
goose.
It's the same as loose. Loose?
The
Goose.
same as loose, yes. So in other
Okay.
words, when you see the Z-E, that's going to be booze. So goose and loose. Are there any other words that are like that? C-D-E,
But this is like a rule. All the time that I see double O, it becomes like a S sound. It's loose, not the Z sound.
Well, no, when you see double O here, it's booze.
No, but in the case there was a Z letter, not S.
B-O-O-Z-E is pronounced booze.
Booze.
If you don't have a Z, if you have O-O-S, I think O-O-S, yeah, loose, goose, moose, yep. Loose, goose, moose. A-B-C-D, goose, 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 moose, moose, noose, spruce, soose. Yeah, you really just have goose, loose, and what was the
There's
other?
not too many. There's not too many words also.
There are not. There are not. You're,
O-O-S. Yeah.
you're not. They're goose and loose. Yep. Very often, very, very often, these verbs that have one vowel in them and end in S-E are pronounced like a Z. Phase, lays, ray, or Z-E. I can't think of any offhand, but you have good examples here. Rose, S-E. What else? Anything else?
I have one.
This will be our last one. I'm looking at the time.
This one, this I and EA.
Could you put it in the chat box?
Yeah, I did. For example, yeah,
River.
river or reason.
Yeah, river.
Not E.
No, it's not reaver. It's river.
River.
River and reason.
River, reason.
Yes. The sound in river is very short. It is not E. It's it. Yeah.
River.
River and reason. Yes. And Jonathan, there's another word with an S in the middle of it that's pronounced like a Z. Reason.
Reason.
Not reason, it's reason.
Reason. This is reason.
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 Yes. Yes.
Reason.
Yep. You got it right. So Yojang, can you say river and reason?
River, reason.
Perfect. No problem. You're good. Look at this recording again. If you want to watch what your own mouth is doing, look at the recording again. Watch what you're doing with the sounds. Okay, I have to go because my nephews are here from Virginia, and I got to go hang out with them. They're leaving tonight.
Thank you so much.
I will see you next month. Write down your problems and bring them.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
I'll work on anything you want to work on. Okay, 감사합니다.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Muito obrigado, Jonathan.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Don't
Thank you,
hesitate.
Mary.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for coming. Take care.
Bye. See you next month.
Bye.